Hello, this is Suvarna with the video for the Coding Kids crew on Python examples that I gave you in the last video, and then we will take some more examples.
If you haven't seen previous videos where I have explained various important basic things which you should know before going ahead, you can go through them. The link for the same is given in the description. And please make sure to like and subscribe the channel. Share the videos with your friends because the much you will share it, the more you'll gain it. Knowledge sharing is the key to success.
So let's get started. To begin, we will write a simple Python script that adds three numbers together. Open up Visual Studio Code Editor and follow along with me. If you have not installed Visual Studio Code Editor yet, you can refer to my video to install VS Code. I have given a link below in the description. I recommend to create one folder in your system and store all of your Python programs in it. This way you will be more organized. Let's do it. Right click, go to New, Folder, name it as Python_programs. Open Visual Studio Code, go to Open Folder, search for Python_programs folder in your system and open it. Here, to write a program to add three numbers, we will create a file, say addition.py. You can name it anything, but the extension will be .py for all the Python program files. Hit enter and start writing the code here. So let's start by declaring three variables to store our numbers. First, we declare three variables, num1, num2, num3. This will store the three numbers we want to add together. Feel free to choose any numbers you like. Here I have chosen 5, 7 and 3 as my three numbers. You can modify these values as per your preference. Now that we have our three numbers stored in variables, let's move on to the next step, that is adding them together. To add these numbers, we will use the addition operator, which is represented by the plus sign in Python. We will store the result in another variable called sum. By assigning the sum of num1, num2 and num3 to the sum variable, we can obtain the total value. Great! We have added the three numbers together and stored the result in the sum variable. Now let's display the output to the user. To display the sum, we will use a built-in function called print. This function allows us to output text or values to the console. Here we are using print to display a message along with the values of the sum variable. And that's it. We have written a Python script to add three numbers together. Now let's run the program and see the result. As you can see, the script calculates the sum of the three numbers we provided. 5, 7 and 3. The result is 15. Fantastic. Here our program takes only given numbers, that is 5, 7 and 3 in my case. We want our program to be generic, which means it should be able to add any three numbers as per the choice of the user. So by making little changes, we can achieve it. Here just give input function and write a message. Enter first number. Do the same for all three. We need to do some more changes in our program. The numbers having decimal points like 10.2 or 2.4 comes under float data type in programming languages. So here just add a word float before input and put everything inside a bracket after float. This will accept numbers in float as well and will get exact results. Save the program. Remember to save program every time you do some change in it. Run the program and see the result. As you can see, the script calculates the sum of the three numbers perfectly. Fantastic. Next, we will write a program to subtract two numbers. Let's create a new file. Name it as subtract.py. You can name it anything. And let's start writing the code. We'll start by declaring two variables to store our numbers. First, we will declare two variables, num1 and num2. This will hold the two numbers we want to subtract. You can choose any values you like. Here I have chosen 10 as num1 and 4 as num2. You can modify these values as per your preference. Here again we want our program to be generic, which will accept numbers from the user. It might be integer number or float. So we will give input function and we'll make it as float as well. To subtract these numbers, we will use the subtraction operator, which is represented by the minus sign in Python. We will store the result in another variable called difference. You can name these variables as per your choice. So by assigning the difference of num1 and num2 to the difference variable, we can obtain the result. And there you have it. We have successfully written a Python program to subtract two numbers. In the next program, we will see how to write a program to find the average of three numbers. To get started, create a new Python script. Name it as avg.py and let's start. So we will begin by declaring three variables to store our numbers. First, we will declare three variables, num1, num2 and num3. These variables will hold the three numbers for which we want to calculate the average. Feel free to choose any values you like. Here I have chosen 8, 12 and 6 as my three numbers. Remember, you can customize these values according to your preferences. So again, as discussed before, here we want our program to be generic, which will accept numbers from the user. It might be integer number or float. So add input function, which will ask for the numbers to the user and also make it accept float values. Now that we have our three numbers stored in variables, let's proceed to calculate the average. To find the average, we will sum up the three numbers and then divide the sum by the count of numbers, that is 3. We will store the average in another variable, say average. By assigning the average of num1, num2 and num3 to the average variable, we can obtain the result. So add three numbers, num1, num2, num3. Keep them in a bracket, keep the addition in a bracket and divide it by 3 as we have three numbers to find out the average. Excellent. We have calculated the average and stored it in the average variable. Now let's display the output to the user. To display the average, we'll use the print function once again. This time we'll provide a descriptive message along with the value of the average variable. Save the program and run it. And there you have it. We have successfully written a Python program to find the average of three numbers. As you can see, the program calculates the average of the three numbers given by the user. Amazing. I hope you enjoyed this coding exercise. Finding averages is just one of the many applications of Python programming. So keep exploring and keep coding. In the next video, we will see some more interesting examples. So see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.